Fashion. Aussie spend $5.1 billion on it per year, but the cost of mass-produced fashion is much more than just a dollar value.
Fashion is now known to be the second most toxic industry in the world.
Australia sends roughly 500,000 tonnes of textile waste into landfill annually, much of which won't biodegrade. Bangladesh, known for its unsafe and unjust labour conditions, is our second biggest supplier of clothing. From her beachside home in Manly, Lisa Hines is fighting for change.
I think, as far as I'm concerned, we're at the beginning of a revolution. There has been a huge increase in awareness and kind of this thirst for knowledge from shoppers.
And she reckons lower income consumers can also get involved. Things like clothes swaps, op shopping, and exploring online retailers are a good start.
If you can spend just that little bit more than maybe you're used to, but you're buying a really high quality garment that's going to last, you will save money in the long run because you're not having to replace your clothes nearly as often.
Michelle was so disillusioned with the abuse and waste she saw in the industry, she nearly gave it all up. Fleeing the big smoke, she runs her label So Stella from Orange, New South Wales.
Handcrafted, made from scratch, transparency within the label. I don't want to ever hide anything from my clients. They walk into the studio, they see the clothes, they see where I'm working, and it kind of mixes it all together, which is what fast fashion has hid for so long.
Michelle has witnessed massive changes in consumer attitudes since she started out 12 years ago. Campaigns like April's Fashion Revolution Week and the 2015 film documentary The True Cost have increased awareness.
The wheels are in motion and there's big change. I mean, ethical fashion is one of the biggest trends at the moment, and ethical is like the new black, as they say. So it's a really exciting time for all ethical brands.
Fast fashion giant H&M's Conscious label and recent campaigns encouraging clothes recycling illustrate the power of the ethical trend. But can they be trusted?
I do want to encourage these brands to continue working in this space, if for no other reason than to help bring the cost down of sustainable fashion, because they create so much more in terms of economies of scale. We can help bring the cost down a little bit. But they do need to still address the vast quantities of fashion that they're creating and that desire that they're feeding for us to keep buying more and more clothing.
Sales assistant Zaira lives on a tight budget and thinks shopping consciously is a question of attitude more than cash.
I've just learnt to find areas where I can sort of compromise with. Like, for example, in my lifestyle choices, I don't drink that often. And if I do go out, I'll maybe get one drink, or if I eat out with friends, I'll choose the cheaper option in the menu because I am willing to pay a little bit more for clothing because it's more than just a physical object for me.
Ethical Clothing Australia and the Good On You app provide updated information about retailers, and Zaira says consumers should never stop asking questions.
Don't be sort of blinded by what people say or where it's made, because just because something is made in Australia, it might not also be ethical. Just be willing to ask questions. Yeah.